Good evening, Professor Nickerson, and good evening to my audience. I'd like to start off with saying thank you guys for giving me your time and your patience to deliver this speech. Everyone turn and say hello to my wonderful professor. Hello. So I was recently assigned an informative speech, and the topic that I chose that was the most relevant to everyone in attendance of this room is how to write a resume, which is what I will be talking about this evening. I typically research quotes because I find them memorable and easy to retain. So starting with a civil rights activist by the name of Arthur Ashe. He once said, "One important key to success is self-confidence. An important key to self-confidence is preparation." Now, people often correlate the word success with how much money that they make or the career path that they have chosen. But in order to gain success in your career path, you must not neglect preparation. This is a word that you'll hear throughout this entire speech. So with that being said, the purpose of my speech this evening is to inform you guys and to make you fully aware of the importance of a well-written resume. We will go through 3 simple steps in order to attain this. So the first is analyze yourself and the job description. 2, construct a clean, clear, and precise document. And 3, have your resume critiqued by at least 2 people. And we're gonna now go into a little bit more depth about each and every one. So the first one is analyze yourself and the job description. Now, Theodore Roosevelt, our 26th president, once said, "Whenever you are asked if you can do a job, tell them, 'Sure that I can, sure I can.' Then get busy and find out how to do it." With that being said, when you get a job, we don't know everything at face value, but you go in there with the necessary skills and then you begin to continue working on the things that you need in the future. So the first thing for your resume, it should begin with knowing what you have to offer. Everyone has qualifications, so beginning your resume should know what your qualifications are and know that you are qualified whenever you're articulating those skills on paper. Secondly, know what your employer is looking for. Sometimes we talk about ourselves but forgetting what our employer is looking for. You want to appeal to them so you can get that job. So, second is construct a clean, clear, and precise document. This is probably one of the most important ones. Now, and I'm saying this because resumes are an employer's first impression of you. For us ladies, it's not our fabulous hair and lipstick. For the guys, it's not your $100 smile. It's what your resume communicates. And also, not really a fun fact, but something necessary to know is recruiters don't spend a ton of time reviewing your resume. So we may spend hours and days writing this resume, and they'll scan it for literally 10 seconds. So let's look at a graph that I researched that was put together back in 2013. Now this is just the way that recruiters navigate through resumes. 48.5% just scan the document, which is quick, brief. 27.7%, they look at it from top to bottom, which is just the entire resume. That's a very low percentage. And then 22% gets straight to the point. So overall, they're just scanning your resume. So with that being said, formatting is very, very important. You want to stray away from things such as paragraphs. No one wants to sit and read your paragraphs. People want to see bullet points, highlights, and point out those key skills in your resume. And I think that this would help appeal to recruiters as well. So last but not least, the third point is have your resume critiqued by at least 2 people. This can be a bit tricky at times, but transparency is very, very beneficial. Sometimes a fresh pair of eyes is very helpful. You may read your resume 10,000 times. Someone else may pick it up and they will find a grammatical error or a typo. And you don't want something that small to literally have a recruiter throw your resume in another pile. So with that being said, have your resume critiqued by at least 2 people, and they can also provide you different insight as well. So we covered all 3. In conclusion, these 3 easy steps will help your resume be a bit more well-written, and also help you appeal to business professionals in the long run. Again, like I said, people often correlate the word success with how much money that you make or your career path. But in order to gain the success, you must not neglect preparation. Everyone, let's go ahead and close that out. Everyone wants to succeed. Preparation can pay off, but in the end, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So with that being said, a well-written resume is very beneficial for your future. Thank you everyone for participating in my wonderful speech. Thank you, Professor Nickerson, for witnessing my speech as well. I hope that you guys feel informed and are made aware of the importance of a resume, and then you can either make your resume currently that you have better or start a new resume, whichever one you see fit. So thank you for participating in my last and final speech for the semester, and have a good evening. Thank you, Professor Nickerson.